lining up tight with each other. We have bow 1 and 2 pushing up into the Riverside dock. That first bow is White Marsh Boat Club from Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, and bow number 2 is Y Quad Cities, Eamon and Graham from Moline, Illinois. White Marsh Boat Club's Dan and Ozzy are also crushing it as they come into the powerhouse stretch as the first 2 boats in this race.
And I see that Eamon and Graham, it looks like our brothers, so we have a family boat going out there, unless that is a coincidence, which I doubt.
Congrats to those parents. Must be fun to watch. All right, bow number 3 is Potomac PBC, founded in 1869, and they are looking great coming past this dock. And then we have CBC, hometown crew, CBC, bow number 5 coming past the Riverside dock.
And here comes bow number 4. That is Episcopal School of Dallas. And pushing into them, crossing this dock, is Norwalk River from Norwalk, Connecticut. And here comes bow number 6, Maritime Rowing Club from East Norwalk, Connecticut. These are very strong scullers and clearly very, very competitive racing very early in this race. So nicely done.
We have a Canadian crew coming up, Notre Dame Rowing Club from Welland, Ontario. This is a small club crew coming all the way from Welland, Ontario, and they are looking great coming down this course. And then we have bow number 9, Malvern Prep School from Malvern, Pennsylvania, and this team is gearing up for another long and strong season. Followed by bow 10, which is Oak Neck Rowing Academy from Bayville, New York.
And here comes bow number 11. That's V Skulls from Old Greenwich, Connecticut. This is Abraham Milgram and Donovan Moses. They finished second in the U17 men's double at the 2023 U.S. Rowing National Championships and second in the U17 double at 2023 Summer Nats. Excellent.
Wow, a strong crew coming through. There's another example of very tight racing coming through. We have bows 13 and 12 passing the Riverside docks. 13 is California Yacht Club from LA, and bow 12 is St. Paul's from Concord, New Hampshire.
And again, some very tight racing in these doubles here. We have bow number 15, Ravana from Charlottesville, Virginia. And then bow number 14, Miami Rowing Club. Miami Rowing Club was the state champ in 2024. And some very, very tight racing, very competitive event. Here's bow number 16, Oak Neck Rowing Academy from Bayville, New York.
And then we have bow 17, Beaver Creek Sculling from Charlottesville, Virginia. And then bow 18, Manhasset Crew. Sean is applying for the U.S. Naval Academy. Congrats to Sean.
And here comes bow number 20, who has clearly made a move. Bow number 20 is the Port Jefferson Rowing Club. And here comes bow number 19, Lincoln Park Boat Club from Chicago, Illinois.
You'll notice that these boats have no coxswain, so the person in bow is peeking around their shoulder periodically. They are working together to steer, and then we have bow 21, which is Rockland from New York, and they're doing a great job steering around this course. It is pretty impressive to be rowing and also serving as bow coxing.
And here's bow number 22, St. Mark's from Dallas, Texas. And then pushing into them is bow number 24, American School from London. And bow number 23, the Port Jefferson Rowing Club. So some very tight racing. It looks like bow number 24 is looking to make a move before the bridge. Like we were saying, the straightaway is a great time to make a move before you get into those turns, especially for non-local crews.
We now have bow 27, a double from Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, coming through, followed by bow 25 from Amiskeg in Hooksett, New Hampshire. And then we have bow 26, Berkshire Sculling from Pittsfield, Massachusetts. They are excited to be here, and they are looking great. We have bow 28 coming through, Taylor Allardyce from Verona, Pennsylvania. And then followed by a Chinese crew, we have bow 29, SHUC from Shanghai. And then closely followed by bow 30, Charlotte Youth Rowing from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And here's bow number 33, who has clearly made some moves early on. It's Haddon TWP from Collinswood, New Jersey, multiple-time competitors at Youth Nats. And then bow number 34, who's also made some moves, College Club Seattle from Seattle, Washington.
We now have 3 crews with overlap coming through right ahead of Riverside. We have bow 35, 32, and 31. Bow 35 is Calgary Rowing Club from Calgary, Alberta. 32 is Litchfield Hills from Litchfield, Connecticut. And 31 is South Jersey Rowing Club from Pennsauken, New Jersey. Racing can get very tight as through this stretch as everyone looks to solidify their position. All right, we have bow 36, 37, and 38 coming up. 36 is St. Cat's from St. Catharines, Ontario. Then we have 37, which is Pangbourne from all the way from the UK. And we have 38, the Hill School Boat Club from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Followed by 39, which is another Canadian crew from Ridley College, also from St. Catharines, Ontario. So many crews are trying to navigate these arches at the same time, leading to a little bit of traffic. As a person in these doubles, you have to be really on your toes, ready to react, aware of everything happening around you. You don't want to interfere with other crews, but you also want to make sure you have the best line. So always very fun to watch crews navigate through these arches on this notoriously challenging course.
And here comes bow number 43 at a really nice stroke rate. We have Lake Phelan Rowing from St. Paul, Minnesota. And then here comes bow number 40, Dare to Dream from Shanghai, China. Dare to Dream rowing team is one of the top clubs in Shanghai, competing not only in local regattas but also internationally, like today.
We then have bow number 42, Albany Rowing Club from Albany, New York.
In that crew, we have Isaac Knox, 17, and Zach Gorenstein, who is 16. And here comes bow number 44, passing our dock. It's Long Island Rowing Club from Northport, New York. We have Jacob Masada, he's 16, and Woodford Polak, who is 16 as well.
We now have bow 41 coming through. That's Middletown from Middletown, Connecticut. MHS Crew is the longest running public school program in the state of Connecticut. And then we have bow 45, Newport Rowing Club from Newport, Delaware. These athletes represent Wilmington, Delaware schools, as well as St. Mark's and Mount Pleasant High Schools. That's Pascal Duarte and James Reichner. And
they have a very striking red, white, and blue boat that is very distinguishable. And speaking of striking boats, bow number 47, Maritime Rowing Club, is rowing in a nice yellow boat. And bow number 48, we have Ravana from Charlottesville, Virginia.
We now have 46 and 49 right passing the Riverside Boat Club right now. That is, 49 is Maine Coast Rowing from Brunswick, Maine, and 46 is Magunticock from Camden. We have a Seattle-based crew coming through at bow number 51 with bright green oars. That is the Seattle Scullers. This crew of Jackson Decker and Nicholas Brandt is coming through looking great. And then we have bow 52, which is Norwalk River from Norwalk, Connecticut.
All right, we have some tight racing. On the inside, we have bow number 50, North Carolina Rowing Center. On the outside, we have bow number 55, Cambridge, CBC. Then we have bow number 53, Hickory Crew from Chesapeake, Virginia. And bow number 54, One Arlington Rowing. They say in our book that One Arlington Rowing is the only sculling team that matters. You heard it here.
We now have bow number 56, Marina Aquatic Center from Marina del Rey, California. Anthony Ricotta in the bow made it to nationals in the U19 pair, finished 14th in the nation, and wants to become a Marine Corps officer. Mateo Pristine, who's stroking, raced in the Varsity 4 at Southwest Regionals and won the V4 seat racing. Both athletes were in the 1V for the whole season and are looking forward to a great 2024-2025 racing season.
Go Stripes!
Between races is the only time that crews can safely launch. So we have a Riverside crew launching from Riverside right now. Go Stripes.
I was just saying to Kat that I'm so impressed seeing all these youth doubles, like watching them going through. Oh, it looks like we have a boat coming through. Oh.
Never mind, they are docking. But these crews have such amazing poise. They are so cool, calm, and collected, Meg was saying. She's just so impressed by how well they navigate this challenging course.
I know, and especially when you think of it, these youths, a lot of these are their first time navigating this course. Like, their first time on the Charles is head of the Charles. Like, talk about high stakes. Like, even if you were practicing here, it's a challenging course, but to your first time be such a high pressure and, like, at full race pace, navigating these bridges, I think is so impressive.
It really is. A lot of these crews come and practice on Thursday and Friday as their designated practice times. But even then, that's just once down, and there's a lot of boat traffic usually during that time. So it's really just a look around the course to see what's going on before you actually are racing. Thank you to Meet Boston for the continued support of the head of the Charles Regatta. The Meet Boston mission is to elevate Boston's vibrant neighborhoods and diverse people, amplifying their stories and sharing them locally and across the globe. Be sure to stop by the Weld exhibition and visit the Meet Boston truck. Hey athletes and spectators, Rainstorm, the exclusive energy products sponsor of the head of the Charles Regatta, invites you to experience their two-story interactive trailer at the Weld exhibition. Grab an ice-cold Rainstorm on the house and take in some of the best views of the Charles. Or you can swing by the Rowing and Fitness Expo to recharge at Rainstorm's second location. Rainstorm has the clean energy, immunity support, and zero sugar to get you through the excitement of Regatta weekend and live life better. That is Rainstorm Energy Drink. Our next event is the Men's Youth Fours beginning at 12:04. The course record in this event is held by Newport Aquatic Center at 16:05. There are 90 boats in this event, same as the Men's Youth 8, providing a marathon for the racers and spectators alike, and announcers.
Oakland Strokes is returning to defend their title that they won in 2023. Last year, Oakland Strokes A boat had a very fast time of 16:50. They face a deep field of 90 entries, as we said, and in the Youth 4, surprises are always guaranteed. Brunswick School from Greenwich, Connecticut, at bow number 2, have 2 members from the U.S. Junior National Team this summer, so expect them to be powering down the course. At bow number 3, Kent School has over 100 years of rowing history with a deep and storied program, while Los Gatos from California have come in 4th for the last 2 years, so it'll be punching hard to move up the ranks. International entries include crews from Canada, South Africa, and the UK. Yeah, one thing I've been really stricken with this year is like seeing all of these international crews just from the youth events alone. Like, we've had a lot of different representation today.
It's really spectacular, and I mean, who wouldn't want to come race at Head of the Charles, like such an amazing international regatta? And the internationalness is one of the coolest things about the race, and I just love seeing all these crews from all over. This will actually be our final youth event, and then we will move into the champ events with the men's champ 4s, men's lightweight 4s, and then the director's challenges men's quad, all happening before 1. WBUR is the official media partner of the Head of the Charles Regatta. Be sure to stop at the booth at the Weld Exhibition venue. Thank you, WBUR, and be sure to tune in to 90.9, Boston's NPR news station, for enunciation that is even better than what we are providing here, and excellent speaking voices. Coming up will be the men's youth 4s, and the event has just started, so we're expecting to start seeing crews coming around Magazine Beach ahead of the Riverside dock very soon.
And another one of our sponsors, quick shout out to Connect-A-Dock. This year's dock supplier, Connect-A-Dock, is the leading choice for rowing docks across North America. Trusted by rowing clubs and regattas everywhere, Connect-A-Dock delivers unmatched stability and performance. Visit the Connect-A-Dock booth to see why it is a rower's top choice.
Okay, they look really good.
Fun fact, 1 year for my volunteer hours, I helped assemble the Connect-A-Docks. It was very wet and very cold, but like I said, their stability is unmatched.
Huge shout out to all of our wonderful volunteers who are supporting the race today and all this weekend. The Head of the Charles Regatta extends a huge thank you to our 2,400 dedicated volunteers. Your tireless efforts and support are the backbone of this incredible event. From early mornings to late nights, this regatta simply wouldn't happen without your commitment. To all of our volunteers, we appreciate you and thank you for making this event a success. I am starting to see the very first crew in our 90 boat men's youth fours event. This is a bucket rigged 4 from Brunswick School, bow number 2 from Greenwich, Connecticut. They must have made a big move early on in the race and are looking very strong passing the Riverside dock.
It looks like that bucket rig has paid off for them with this very strong lead very, very early on in this race. Bow number 1, Oakland Strokes, who was the winner of last year. They are happy to be back and are looking to make another statement 2 years in a row. And here comes bow number 3, chasing them down, Kent School. Kent School is in its 102nd year of rowing, and they are from Kent, Connecticut.
And then we have Los Gatos from Los Gatos, California, in bow number 4. They've been number 4 the last 2 years and are hoping to improve.
And here comes bow number 5, Row America Rye from Rye, New York.
We then have bow number 6, St. Joseph's Prep from Philadelphia. This crew is part of the 2024 Stotesbury Cup sweep of the boys 8s, and the Prep finished 2nd at Youth Nationals in the Youth 8. And this 4 is looking very, very strong coming down the powerhouse stretch.
And here comes bow number 7, Greenwich Crew from Coscob, Connecticut. And bow number 8, chasing them down, PNRA Mercer from Princeton Junction, New Jersey.
These 4s all have coxswains, and I can hear them all the way from this announcing deck urging their crews on to fast times and strong racing. Coming up on the Riverside dock, we have bows 9 and 10 in tight racing. Bow 9 is Northfield, Mount Herman, and bow 10 is SA Rowing Club from Roswell, Georgia. They're looking to make moves early in this race, solidifying their position and their line.
And here comes bow number 11, NorCal Crew from Redwood City, California. And pushing up is bow number 12. That is White Rock Rowing from Dallas, Texas. They are rowing with Harvard blades, and the median age of that crew is 17, fun fact.
We now have bow number 14 coming in just ahead of bow number 13. Bow 14 is the Haverford School from Haverford, Pennsylvania. And bow 13 is PNRA Mercer from Princeton Junction, New Jersey. We have a wonderful international crew, bow number 16, coming in all the way from Great Britain. This is King's Wimbledon from London. They are rowing with Harvard blades and have bright red unis on.
And some tight racing heading into the dock. Bow number 15, Pinecrest, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Bow number 17, Nobles from Dedham, Mass. And bow number 18, SAC from Gold River, California. Very, very competitive racing very early in the race.
We now have bow number 19 from Belmont Hill. This is a Charles River crew. And they are followed by bow 20, another British crew from St. Paul's.
And they are also rowing with Harvard blades.
It's amazing. I mean, all these crews on the Charles lend boats and blades around to make sure that everyone has what they need to have a really strong race.
And all the way from Oklahoma City, we have OKC River Sport with bow number 21. And right behind them, we have bow number 22, the Salisbury School from Salisbury, Connecticut. They were NEIRA finalists and are looking to make a statement.
We now have bow 23 coming up. That is Pittsford Crew from Pittsford, New York. In their yellow, red, and blue unis and blades, they're quite distinctive.
And here comes bow number 24, Greenwich crew from Coscob, Connecticut.
Soon we will have bow number 25, the Blood Street Skulls, in a bright red boat with bright red unis and blue and white plates. We then have bow number 26, the Hawk Rowing Club from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And here comes bow number 27, Gonzaga from Washington, D.C. This is their first four. And here comes bow number 28, St. Catharines from St. Catharines, Ontario. They're looking to improve on their time from last year. And as I said earlier, St. Catharines is where Canadian Henley takes place during the summer. Very beautiful.
They have very distinctive unis, and that's always appreciated as a spectator because you know what to look out for. We now have bow 29 coming through. That is the Berkshire School from Sheffield, Massachusetts, which is a co-ed boarding and day school located in western Massachusetts. It's beautiful out there. We now have bow 30 coming through from Lawrenceville in Princeton Junction, New Jersey. They row out of the Finn Casperson Rowing Center.
And passing the Riverside dock is bow number 31, Notre Dame crew from West Haven, Connecticut. This crew rows out of Shelton, Connecticut on the Housatonic River. They are a young team with a bright future and lots of growth, and their coach, Kirsten Duffy, is in her second season coaching this crew.
Great job, Kristen Duffy. She is coaching them to a strong-looking race. We now have bow 33 coming through, Litchfield Hills from Litchfield, Connecticut, followed by bow 32, Oyster Bay Community Rowing from Oyster Bay, New York. Bright blue blades and matching their bright blue unis.
And bow number 35, Triangle Rowing from Raleigh, North Carolina, looking very strong and clearly has made a move. And then here's bow number 34, Long Beach Junior crew from Long Beach, California. This is their 37th head of the Charles this year. Welcome back.
We then have bow number 36, New York Rowing from Woodbridge, New Jersey.
Oh, two local crews duking it out. We have Brookline, Friends of Brookline Public Crew. And then we have bow number 37, BB&N, or Buckingham, Brown and Nichols. They are out of Cambridge. So we have two sides of the river, Brookline and Cambridge, duking it out right now.
We have another cool stripy uni coming up, bow number 39, Argonaut from Toronto. And then we have bow 40, which is Upper Canada, also from Toronto. So again, local crews that are local to each other duking it out here on the Charles. This is sure to be a very competitive race for these crews who know each other and have likely raced each other many times in the past. I'm sure that there's a lot of rivalry between these local crews, either local to Boston or local to other places such as Toronto, which it seems like we have a lot of Toronto area crews, so that's pretty fun. We love a good rivalry as long as it's friendly and leads to excellent competition.
And here is CRLS, also known as Cambridge Ringen Latin School. CRLS rose out of the CBC Boathouse, and fun fact, my aunt was a math teacher there.
They are distinctive in their all black boat, all black unis, and all black oars with a little tiny little white bit on the end.
And here comes bow number 42, Morristown Rowing Club from Morristown, New Jersey. They row out of the Camden County Boathouse in southern New Jersey on the Cooper River. Oh, and making a move is bow number 44. That is Ann Arbor Huron from Ann Arbor, Michigan. They are proud to compete at Head of the Charles for the 17th consecutive year. Excellent.
Nice job, Ann Arbor. We now have bow number 36, Father Judge from Philly. This is the brand new crew for 2024, hoping to re-enter the Head of the Charles after a long absence. Best of luck to Father Judge. Followed by bow 45, which is Firebird Rowing Club, cool name, from Bensalem, Pennsylvania.
And I'm liking at Firebird, you can see on their oars it says Ghost, which is very unique and distinctive.
And spooky.
Yeah,
Spooky
ready for spooky season.
We now have 47 riverfront recapture passing the Riverside dock. It is pretty amazing to see all these crews racing down the powerhouse stretch. It is just so cool how many crews are out here. There are 90 boats in this event, and the next boat that you will see on this live stream feed is bow number 50. That is the Holy Ghost Prep from Bensalem, Pennsylvania, and then followed by PCRA, New Rochelle, New York. And then we have bow number 48, Avon High School from Avon, Connecticut. Members of this crew medaled in the Connecticut Public Schools Rowing Association Championships this spring.
And here comes bow number 51, all the way from New Orleans. This is New Orleans Rowing Club, the NORC Varsity 4. This is their first ever boys boat at the Charles from the sport. Welcome.
One of the hazards that is a little uncontrollable on the Charles River is all of the geese. We love our bird friends, but they can cause some hazards. Bow 53 excellently navigated these mobile hazards. This is Culver from Culver, Indiana.
The geese are certainly having no fear as bow number 54 blazes towards them. That is Bromfield Acton Boxborough, a local crew. Oh, they got a goose. Wow. And watch them fly. Okay, and here's bow number 52, also contending with the geese. That is Fairpoint from Fairpoint, New York. Both crews, I have to say, it is very jarring when you do contend with the geese, and they handled that very expertly. So well done, crews.
There are a lot of geese who live on the Esplanade, especially near the BU Bridge. So we're seeing a lot of those kind of milling about the Magazine Beach turn I really hope they learn to get out of the way. We have bow 55 coming through. That's Duxbury Bay Maritime School from Duxbury, Massachusetts. This is their varsity boys crew. And then we have bow 56, the Chargers from Liverpool, New York. Also, I stand corrected. We do not love our goose friends as they poop on the docks and cause general nuisance. We hope that these mobile hazards stay well out of the way of these boats, although it does not seem like they are learning to do so.
It looks like they're back on the course, those geese. But also on the course are bow number 57 and 58, duking it out in front of our dock. That is bow number 57, Greater Lawrence Rowing from Lawrence, Mass. And bow number 58, Charlotte Youth Rowing from Charlotte, North Carolina.
These confused geese are again trying to cross the course. I really hope they get out of the way of bow 60, which is Our very own BC High from Boston, Massachusetts, looking very strong as they pass the Riverside dock. This crew rows out of Riverside Boat Club and has a lot of supporters on the dock right now. We are also seeing bow 59 from Medford, Massachusetts, another local crew. They are looking also very strong as they pass the Riverside dock, having expertly navigated these mobile hazards.
Yes,
geese.
BC High, I saw that they did make direct contact with a goose, but that did not stop them. They kept going.
Never to be deterred, these geese are forging forward, again trying to cross from the Cambridge to the Boston side of the Charles River. They can fly. I would like them to fly over the river. Actually, that would be quite nice. Oh, we have 3 crews coming up. This is going to be some tight racing passing the Riverside dock. We have bows 62, 61, and 63, closely followed by 64. This is some tight racing here from 61 Neponset Rowing Club, 62 Archbishop Carroll, 63 Swan Creek, apt for the geese, and 64 Dallas United Crew from Dallas, Texas. All these crews are trying to have their best line going into the powerhouse stretch where they can really make a move, hopefully not cutting off any other crew because that can cause real chaos, and getting their best line on this long straightaway heading into all of these turns.
For those invested in the geese's progress, they have now crossed the river and are outside of boat traffic, so we are safely out of those mobile hazards. Bow number 65, Hudson River from Poughkeepsie, New York. Hudson, they have red oars with black stripes and are passing Riverside Boat Club.
We then have bow 66. That is Bishop Ireton High School from Alexandria, Virginia. This is the big league for men's 4 racing with 90 entries. The candidates for this boat come from our SRAA high school national boat that made it through heats and just finished outside of top 12 on the Cooper River, and they are looking very strong coming past Riverside. We then have 68 Concord Crew from Concord, New Hampshire, crushing it past Riverside, as well as coming up we have bow 67 Lake Lanier Rowing Club from Gainesville, Georgia. Lake Lanier is a beautiful lake with a storied history. I encourage you all to look it up when you have the chance. It looks like this crew is using Riverside oars and stripy oars coming down the course.
And here comes bow number 69, Oyster Bay Community Rowing. And here's bow number 70, pushing into them, Row, New Jersey. And pushing into them is bow number 71, Central Ohio from Dublin, Ohio. Central Ohio includes 2 athletes that finished 17th at U.S. Nats in the men's pair, and as well as the youngest athletes in the event with a median age for their boat of 16.
We now have 73 St. Ignatius Chicago coming past the Riverside dock. They are looking very strong with their yellow oars and red stripes and matching white hats. With so many boats in each of these races, you can really come from behind with a lower bow number and post a really fast time and really scare into some of those top crews. You can come from anywhere and post a fast time. It's amazing. 72 Seton Hall Prep is also passing the Riverside dock. They are from West Orange, New Jersey.
And here comes bow number 75, Indianapolis Rowing Club from Indianapolis, Indiana. They are rocking some bright pink caps. I'm sure their parents will appreciate being able to spot them, and we love the uniformity.
All right, we have several boats coming past the Riverside dock now. 76, 74, 78, and 77. 76 is St. Joe's Collegiate Institute. 74 is Kellenberg Crew. And 78 is from the UK, King's Chester from Chester, the UK. And 77 is Canisius from Buffalo, New York. All of these crews are battling it out down this long straightaway, getting in some power strokes to try to solidify their position ahead of all the twisty, windy turns and all of the bridge arches coming up.
For King's Chester, their top Club 8 is currently racing on the UK Championship circuit, and they are racing this summer at major events in the UK. If you're looking at the bridges, we're seeing some pretty hefty traffic going in, a lot of crews duking it out. We're seeing 3 across at some point, so it's going to get a little dicey as they head towards the bridge, where someone's going to have to yield in order to make sure that we can safely navigate that, because someone is heading very close to the arch.
The coxswains and the crew will have to really, really coordinate and work together. Often the bow seat, who's closest to the coxswain, we have 79 coming through, St. Mark's School from Southborough. The coxswain and the bow seat will have to communicate intensely to make sure that the coxswain is aware of any boats pushing into them.
Here's bow number 81 and 80, Brewster School from Wolfboro, New Hampshire, and Notre Dame Rowing Club from Welland, Ontario. Fun fact, Brewster School rows at Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, a very beautiful lake that a lot of New Englanders like to visit in the summer. So they get to row in that year-round. Well, not in the winter, but, sometimes.
They get to be there year-round.
And here comes bow number 82. We have Jackson Reed High School crew from Washington, D.C. Jackson Reed is the only public rowing program in Washington, D.C., and they are looking good in all green and their green oars, setting up a nice strong pace together.
We have bow number 84, Christian Brothers from Lincroft, New Jersey. This is their varsity 4 in light pink unis and navy oars.
And here comes bow number 83. This is Bishops from Cape Town, South Africa. They are rowing with Harvard oars and have traveled a long way to be here at the head of the Charles, so welcome. Their description says that they are young and eager to learn and gain experience, and there's no better experience than head of the Charles.
We now have bow 85 slowly coming into view. Well, quickly coming to view, actually. They're really moving. We have their blue oars with a C on the end, and that is Prince William Crew from Woodbridge, Virginia. 87 follows them, another unique oar pattern with 3 stars. TriStar, Knoxville, Tennessee. Love that their name and their oars match.
And here comes bow number 86, South Jersey Rowing Club from Pennsauken, New Jersey.
Then we got 88, the Wilmington Youth from Wilmington, Delaware. Go WYRA. We now have 89, St. John's College High School in Washington, D.C., which trains on the Potomac River, coming into view. And finally, our bow 90, we have Cambridge Ringe and Latin, a local crew from Cambridge, Massachusetts, crushing it down the powerhouse stretch. As we mentioned earlier, sometimes when there with so many boats trying to start at the same time, if you miss the starting time or have issues getting to the start line, you start at the end of the event. So never fear, fans of bow 43, which is Middletown from Middletown, Connecticut. Your crew is looking strong coming past Riverside, and will be coming into view on the live stream momentarily.
And we see that Middletown is the longest running public high school in the state of Connecticut. So they have a very storied history and are looking to be the last crew to close out this event.
With that, we close out the youth events at Head of the Charles. Coming up next, we will have the men's champ 4s and the men's lightweight 4s coming through. Many of these youth rowers hopefully will come back and make it into the adult events, the champ events, and the club events down the line. It is one of my favorite things about the sport of rowing is the longevity that you can have. It is truly inspiring to see people out on the course from the youngest youth to the oldest senior grandmaster veterans.